these picks well enough to get leads in lane and then to snowball that into good team fighting, because AL have a much more standard draft. They have a lot more CC as well.
Currently on his red buff, so he'll likely show up top and start a recall before actually going back to base. We're seeing some fighting down on the bottom side. His leave is down below half HP. Kyle trying to get closer, flashes forward. Still holding this taunt, just waiting for it to come up at this point. Will land that taunt and will be able to finish off leave for first. And Bulldog getting held up right now by the TF. Meanwhile, fighting up on that top side. ZDZ getting stunned up down to about half HP. Has to hop out of there, but it's still continuing to take a lot of damage. And I think Breathe wants all of this one.
Oh, wow.
Forces the flash at his EDC. The flash from that level 1 play that was made. We're going to have some fighting on the bottom side as Leave is in big trouble. Kyle is as well, but it's just going to be a kill over to Perukia, who's forced to flash away and is going to go to the waiting arms of Tarzan despite the stun, so it's a double kill for him. Xiaohao now here in the 2v1. He's going to flash forward under Tarzan, gets a little bit of healing, and now Xiaohao has nowhere to go except back to the base, and Hope's got his second kill of the game. It can very quickly turn into a chasm. Up nearly 1,000 gold at this point. EDG will be able to secure the first dragon for themselves, so that is at least something that you can build upon. Now, the problem is the Hound's Pursuit is on top of Perukia here, and everybody is around to take him out. It is a third kill for Tarzan. Let's reset on the Hound's Pursuit. There'll be nothing
all this time, about 45 seconds to get his Grump.
100%. For the moment. The second dragon is going to go down just exactly at the fort. Tarzan just lying in wait for a play to be made on Bulldog. Bulldog holding that wave, which means that Tarzan has to use that untarget ability early. Bulldog trying to get back under the turret, does take the gold card and is getting quite low and will be finished off by Tarzan. A clean dive.
In a similar way to Rel is where you can Q on Rel.
They wanted to dive bot lane, but the entire minion wave was gone. Now they're going to attempt to dive this top side here. Multiple members, including a teleport, coming through, and they're just going to pull the trigger on top of Shanks. Caught in the Cataclysm. Kyle to save the day, and they're going to turn this dive right around. ZDZ on the backside, but here comes Breathe, knocking Xiaohao into the wall. Just an auto attack away from going down as the rest of EDG has to roam warp their way out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got the Herald crashing. We've got Tarzan coming from the side, and there is nothing you can do to this hot dog as Leave will fall 5-0-1 for Tarzan.
It still ends up being a 2-for-1, plus Tarzan got the kill. Oh. Well, now he's got another kill.
Plus Tarzan got another, yeah. Yeah, that dive is just super rough because you go in without any minions, and then the Cataclysm keeps Perukia in there when Kyle lands, so it's just a free double taunt. Kyle's able to taunt out of any danger. Scout of the Week is there, but I'm not sure if Tarzan's quite done with Leave. A couple of Darkened Daggers takes him quite low. As the gold lead is ballooned to 8,000, double wallop with Kyle coming through means that EDG have to scatter to the winds.
This is great map play by AL. It's not just the support jungle duo, it's just two-man squads running around the map. Tarzan probably finds this, and this is going to be... Oh, maybe not. Flag and Drag gets him out. Bit of movement speed here from Tarzan. I hope we'll get the kill.
Yep, there's that true shot barrage. It was a bit of a horror movie. Xiaohao tried to hide. Tarzan just knew where he was, and now it's a 10k gold lead pre-20.
This is what's expected. AL to be looking this good when they're contesting the top teams. Tarzan on one of his best champions. And I think EDG are playing a little bit disrespectfully. They're kind of just dying everywhere. But to be honest, what are you even supposed to do about this?
Yeah, the go buttons for AL are just very robust to this game, so it is kind of hard for EDG to stick around anywhere. You know, you need to try and make sure that you can survive. This is Shanks taking up this turret, caught in the Cataclysm, flashes away, lives, and the taunt onto Xiaohao means that even though that was a good look for EDG, maybe the best look you're going to get, they still go 0-for-1.
You can see AL situation, and this is happening to you. And your jungler, who is whoever, I don't know who your jungler is getting completely gapped.
That's Rafa, by the way.
Okay, so Rafa, Mark is just getting quiet.
I've never done that to Rafa. Rafa has been quite a fine jungler to have on the team. And we've worked quite well together. Not quite as well as Kyle and Tarzan, but not bad either, as AL have cleaned up Baron here, have nearly a 12,000 gold lead. Beto, how big do you think this gold lead's going to get before this game ends?
Definitely not 20k. There's not enough standing goal. I'll say 15k. I don't think this game is lasting longer than this back. Little lost it.
I mean, I like the angle, right? There's always opportunity to try and come in with a surprise engage on the back end, but it's well warded by AL as the siege will continue. ZDC getting a 1v1 against Tarzan here, but the heals plus the shield and the teleport that's going to land. It was one auto attack away. As you said, it's just not fair. But the collective AL will save the day. Now the engage is on to Kyle, and there is a shutdown going over to Xiao Hao. I don't know if this means that EDG are going to be ready to fight anytime soon, as the middle inhibitor has fallen. Currently in a 4v4, AL looking to just end this game as they're working on the first Nexus turret. Bulldog closer to about half HP. They just need to wait for a wave to come in.
Yeah, the TP to the dog before and Kyle ulting is just keeping Tarzan alive. The base is slowly breaking. You think this is going to let up? No, you've got a minute and a half left of Baron. This is not stopping anytime soon. I think the game will end before Baron is over, like I said before.
EDG has to get back into the fountain to heal up. This does mean that AL's push has finally subsided. I like the look from ZDC. You're not going to get too many of those. You have to try, but the rapid fire cannon from downtown. Now it's Perukia with the engage on the Magnet Storm, and the turnaround could be there, but there is Tarzan. This hot dog is fully loaded.
Triple?
It's a triple kill for Hope. Bulldog is getting low. They're saving it for Hope.
Give it to him.
It's a quadra kill, and you know that Hope wants this penta, but he gets scattered away. There's the taunt, the shift, penta kill for Hope.
Yep, that's the way to end it. Baron didn't even wear off before AL won the game. EDG tried to move forward. ZDZ is stun carded, and he explodes before the sun even wears off. Shanks had a pentakill before. Now it's Hope's turn. Humongous individual performances from AL. Great teamwork towards the Kiana. Risky, it's a risky pick, but it does do a ton of damage. AL have so much burn.
There will be a lot of summoners burn here on the bottom side, but EDG lose more summoners than they get. Turn on the Xiao Hao here. He's got to try to hop away, flashes away, auto
Red
with
buff.
the poison. Means it's first.
I just had a feeling, you know, just the way that he was walking. Now, ult in mid.
All right, going all in onto Bulldog, taken low. Kyle walks around for a couple of extra auto attacks, and it's the inability of Kyle to really roam and link up with Tarzan. And now when you see it happen, it's no wonder why this team has just been so dominant in the early goings. Tarzan unable to secure any of these grubs for the moment. Kyle looking for a re-engage. They're going to go all in onto Perukia. Not a whole lot of damage coming through yet, but here comes Shanks, ready to ruin the party for EDG. Leave trying to get away. He had dropped his ultimate a couple of moments ago, but he himself will...
Bulldog's struggling in this series so far and in this lane. Tarzan, fine Xiao Hao.
Xiao Hao gets jumped on. Bulldog is far away, and Tarzan just 1v1 Xiao Hao and makes it...
I don't know what adjective I would use, but it was a display.
We're diving Bulldog here. We are sending everybody toward the EDG mid laner, but out on the bottom side, Hope forced the flash away.
Good
and
flash.
In the 2v1 goes 1-for-1.
Did still have the flash, or Leave did. So he wasn't dead to another tower shot even if he was still in range. Does have to base now as Kyle is on his way. He's actually has a TP. He might cancel. No, the hook shot not quite long enough. ZDZ is rotated over.
ZDC flashing forward, can't get a stun, and right into the petrifying gaze of Shanks. It is Tarzan picking up a fourth, and here comes Breathe from the side. Bulldog forced to flash away, but Breathe right on top of him. It is a 5th kill for Tarzan.
All right, it's getting to that stage again, Yanni. They lost one dragon, but it's feeling just like game number 1. We're 13 minutes in, 3k lead. From getting in, stopping Xiao Hao from doing anything. What's the soul of this game? Flashes on EDG. 0. They all flashed in recent fights. 2 of them flashed at the exact same time, leaving Perukia both using their flash shanks. Now currently dealing with ZDZ.
Dominus land, Shanks flashing forward and will get the job done in the 1v1. Kyle showing up just because.
And Tarzan still has his flash. At any moment, here he comes.
Okay. Yeah, we are going in. It's Kyle who gets engaged on first. Tarzan flashing forward. Leave is so close to death, and he does manage to get away, but on the backside, Chao finds Kyle, and now the turn's on to Tarzan, and now it's EDG that are able to turn this one around. It's a double kill.
Bit of desync here. Kyle taken down very quickly. Tarzan can't deal with Leave. And then Tarzan...
Or, as you said, maybe trying to use the sweep or something like that. Over on the side, Perukia is going to get caught there, but he will be able to hook to a turret. And yeah, not the best use of that Herald, Jay Beto.
I mean, maybe there's a world in which he was trying to give it to How to get out, but it was way too slow to try to do something like that. I think there was so many options for the Herald, and that was not one.
Crash into a wall and follow up with a hook and an ultimate or something like that, but now you don't have that, and now you're likely going to die here as Shao got caught in the cage, and it's Kyle picking that one up. Teleport to the backside. There's EDZ with the shield and the Dominus, but everybody on the side of anyone's legend is there to receive him and keep the Croc locked down.
Yep, not too bad. Here as... Oh, I gotta turn that down. My bad. Dragon now the option if AL want to go towards it. Pretty easy for them to do. EDG are struggling for EDG, but they're going to need some really big wins here soon, and this is not one of them. That's a lot of damage.
Reptile and reptile violence there.
I feel like... I don't know.
I don't know, but wouldn't you know that? Doesn't your country have Steve Irwin? The knockup is on the backside here. We do get a shutdown, but Tarzan looking to get to Leave. He will slowly and finally fall. Stun is on to Tarzan, but he's got a double kill. Might even be a triple kill. Now Bulldog's going to be the last target, and Tarzan with the spear is not going to quite reach, so there won't be a quadra. Kyle and Hope looking to hold the rest of EDG at bay while their teammates look to finish off the Baron down to about 4,000 HP, but Super pulling off the Baron into a turn. ZDZ pops that Dominus, wants to go in. Kyle on the knockup, but knocked back by the Satchel Charge. It is a kill going over to EDG, and now Breathe is going to be the next target, down to half HP. Hook does land. Supreme Display of Talent as well. ZDZ once back in. Flash, stun is there. There's a kill for Xiaohao, but Breathe stays alive and gets a kill on the way out. Now it's a 4v2. Perukia a little...
AL here first around the river. They'll start up the Dragon.
EDG looking to muscle their way in. Kyle from the side forces the flash out of Leave and gets on top of him. And that Mega Inferno Bomb did so much damage. And the health bars, the math is just not there for EDG. It is another triple kill for Tarzan. ZDZ will lead the rest of the team on a wild goose chase. He will slice and dice back, but it is all futile. It is another kill for Shanks. He is 6-1, and it's AL moving on to the Baron.
This is pretty close. If anyone shows up at all, this wouldn't be possible to do, but Xiaohao is able to get the Dragon to himself, as he does do quite a lot of damage on this Kiana, so there's that, but you are losing Baron. Now, AL are...
head up to this top side to take down this top tier 2 and expand their lead further.
Well, we'll get maybe a tower, maybe he won't even get the tower, but I think AL are looking to end the Baron on this timer. 2 minutes is a bit risky, but...
Leave! Oh, no!
Leave is struggling.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go to live up to his namesake and leave the area and go heal up. Well, Tarzan just taking turret shots with reckless abandon because we are now in a similar game state to game 1. 27 minutes into the game, Perukia is going to land this hook. It's good damage going in onto Breathe, but look who's coming in over the top. It is Tarzan.
Wow.
Team a little disconnected. Xiaohao gets a kill on the backside, but look at the rest of AL. Hold this front line. Leave is low and dead. ZDZ will die. They got Breathe, but It's just Breathe trying to make sure that his team can have the numbers advantage to knock down these Nexus turrets. The first Nexus turret will fall. Perukia in the bosom of the fountain will not result in a change to this game. The Nexus is exposed, and anyone's legend clean up EDG in a clean 2-0 series victory.
Yep, Kyle nearly solo.
Sivir with Alistar with Poppy that you now have. BLG are lacking in a way to actually start a fight. I know that they have Camille, but Camille can only do so much, and
now he's back, and now Arha is too. Just pushing him off that wave, making it difficult for him to crash it once again.
Knight doesn't get the wave state he wanted, and now he's got to burn the Ghost on top of it. Has Erha overextended with the back of a Karus, and Monkey, it seems,
no
not
shot, no
ignited
flash.
the Alistar, but slammed into the wall is on, and it'll be first blood going to Karus in the mid lane. On top lane tower, still though, it is WE winning around the top side. They are small wins, but they keep their top laner alive. They get Scuttle Crab early on. This is looking good for WE, and it's up to an aggressive play from On to turn this around. Maybe he's found it, as indeed Erha will fall, and Knight is here just over the wall. Numbers advantage for BLG, but as About joins, that equalizes things up, and On nowhere to go, and slammed into the wall once again, will fall out. Is going to come the Rise ult as Knight goes over the wall.
High speeds of Alacrity is going to be jetting straight towards the bot side, because now there might be a play in mid.
Kar's flashing away now in between the towers. Monkey comes in to peel for him, but Shun flashes to secure the kill, eliminating this terrifying mid laner. Dragon has still finally been leashed, but will it be able to be finished? Karus is roaming over. On knows this is happening. Jumps over the wall onto him. No level 6 yet, but Knight pops the Ghost to run down this Syndra, who is currently very low. Knight's going to continue going for this. Erha is coming over. Will he get there in time to save his mid laner? He will not. On now the focus of this Alistar, while Monkey tries to eject Shun, but that gets dodged! Knight slammed into the wall. BLG flashing away. They got the pick. Now they get away.
They don't get the dragon, but they absolutely knock this Syndra down. Right, and Rift Herald, wait, Rift Herald was taken, but nobody has the eye in their inventory. Did no one pick up Rift Herald? Hang on, there's a fight started. We're going to talk about that later.
Hook shot again. Does get a stun connected on it. Stalling On for long enough that he will be the first to fall. Will he be the last though? BLG gonna get dove here. Realm Warp takes them out to safety, but leaves Knight alone under the tower while Shun and Wenbo get away. Knight pops the Ghost, actually manages to sprint it down into Karus, taking him out, and the rest of BLG realizing they can turn the fight, start moving in. Wenbo sees Erha low. Shun's on the flank, and Viper coming from afar is going to snipe Erha out of existence. WE shepherded out of the top lane aggressively. End up going 2 for nothing. No,
an
2.
Opening and a window to trade some kills back, but back onto the replay, or back onto live here, I should say. WE into the dragon, and Shun can't do anything as his team is not around.
Well, at least using a little bit of the extra time that they had to this time not just take the dragon, but take out On once again. This Camille constantly punished just for stepping foot on the map. The snipe comes through from Viper, but this time will not kill. That WE are not controlling their own game in any way.
No, they aren't, and we saw Wenbo being potentially a pick target here by WE, but he is going to be protected by his team, and all this is really doing is taking away from WE being able to put on any pressure at Drag as Monkey just to flash away, almost gets taken down. Karus does get taken down in the corner there. Solo kill by Knight. The game seems like it's kind of falling apart here, Dia.
Having trouble picking your battles, and when you finally get one, Knight wins it anyway.
These mages right now, Dia, is just too much to ever touch those turrets.
Honestly, it's been ludicrous to watch how the waves of Doom do not get to touch the tower, and On does not get to touch Monkey. Steadfast presence stopping that, but Wenbo certainly does. Wants to play Tickle Monster, but he gets knocked up, flashing underneath the tower. Wenbo will fall as Shun finally completes the kill on the other side. Karus going down as well, and Knight on the Omega flank, looking for the rest of WE, all shepherded into a corner. On Would like to look for the engage, but is a little bit low to do so. Viper's poke may have to be the thing that ultimately whittles down WE. Knight's still coming around the side, and it looks like BLG have lost control of the play. They've certainly lost control of On, who's getting hunted down by Monkey. Jumps over the wall at 100 HP. Urha low, but have WE found their way out? They have not. Viper connects with another snipe. Cube is down. On picks up another. About manages to answer back, but this Sivir is lost in the sauce.
Oh, About is very much so on the wrong side of the tracks. He is going to actually flash over the wall. Is this going to be enough to cover the distance? All right, here we go.
He makes it. Oh, this guy is not lost in the sauce. He is making the sauce.
Yeah, he is. Monkey's lost in the sauce, though.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Well, so we're going to get it straight toward there.
I really like this teleport, though. Equalizer just came back up. WE can actually make for a pretty decent poke contest of this. They just have to make sure not to get eaten alive by Viper's damage and leave Viper alone. It's Knight who comes in for the assassination. Viper's certainly been a focus for now, but BLG, recognizing that, take their time tracking down the divers and eliminating them one at a time. Karis, that guy's also dead. This contest has turned oopity-doopity for WE, and BLG will turn right back onto the Baron.
And now, I mean, just even 45 seconds later, who's dead and who's alive is completely different. Monkey is the only one on the Rift for WE. Everybody else is dead. And Monkey maybe not going to be alive for long as Knight is just popping the ghost. He smells blood in the water.
He's got the damage to do it. Slow connects for just a little while. Got to be back up on the way pretty soon.
My point from earlier, I think, still stands. WE aren't really in... Well, first of all, they're not in a position to contest this at all, and there's no sense of urgency to do so, as it is only BLG's second Drake of the game. So Soul likely not going to be a win condition if this game keeps panning out the way it has. The BLG are 9,000 essentially gold ahead, and so the standing gold is... You know, you gotta go a little deep into WE territory in order to get it, and Knight is actually maybe gonna go a little too deep. He's fine.
Connect, but you don't want to be fighting Wenbo either. About certainly doesn't want to be in whatever this is. Shun is right on top of him. Urha needs to back off into his own fountain as well, and that leaves BLG alone for just enough time to take out the inhibitor as Viper rejoins them for what I imagine is going to be the third inhibitor, as the second already going to fall.
Yep. BLG Realm Warp towards the bot side. Wave is pushing in mid as well, so they're looking for the triple inhibitor. They've still got the Baron empowered minions. If any of the WE members step up, I feel like this is going to graduate from a triple inhibitor into reset, from triple inhibitor into maybe let's just end the game. Maybe they'll stay on the map to try that anyway, but it looks like they will show at least a little bit of timely mercy over to Team WE, at least for now. And really, again, gotta give as where...
Because by the time you actually start a fight, they're already half dead.
Viper's been playing, what are those games at, like, the bars where you have the shotguns and then you're able to, like, shoot the deer? You can't shoot the deer, you have to shoot the moose. That's the game that Viper has been playing, is it looks like they are going to put a bow on this game. All three lanes have inhibitors down, and the super minions are pouring in, Dia.
I don't know in this metaphor who the deer is and who the moose is, but I've been watching League of Legends for a while, and even looking at this game state, I'd be hard-pressed not to know who's winning this game. Knight just one-shot the Syndra, and in two, takes out a double kill. Realm Warp doesn't quite get him out to safety, but with Urha and Karis both down, the cleanup for BLG, it just writes itself. Nexus, the last thing to fall after an ace gets completed, and BLG will cleanly take game one.
Playing with alacrity if you are having this comp, because the moment I feel things like the Pyke, the Jace, even the Lee Sin get behind and or are outscaled, it's gonna...
And as it seems, remove the chances of success that he's got. Popping into the bushes right now. They are looking for Wenbo, and maybe, just maybe, we see this turn around because Wenbo's got no mana. Cube is low. The Monkey flashes on top of him. That's a dead Jace, and Monkey will be the one to keep up with the 100% first blood if he actually does it. Wenbo might take out Cube, but it's Cube that grabs first blood. The plus 400 going to him on, showing up a little bit late, but maybe in just enough time to pick up Monkey as well. Low underneath the tower, but not low enough to be finished off. WE, first blood, but maybe you can do that now. Maybe with your second gank in the top lane, you can abuse Wenbo, and with an ult from Cube, that seems to be not just the plan, but the actuality. He is going to answer 1 for 1, though, and almost 1 for...
Shun looking for an invade on the bot side, but I think he will be spotted out by Monkey here. No, Arha will be getting the Q to the face.
Is this Shun overextending? It looks like the answer is no for right now. He does have Secure on blue buff, and Viper's coming over here as well. Lots of damage on the side of BLG, of course, that they can throw out, but a kick back onto Monkey actually might secure them a second kill in this game. Knight's gonna pick that up, commit right onto About, taking him to half HP, and BLG still controlling all of the area under the tower. Will control, delete Erha from it.
And there's the aggressive play we want to see from BLG, invading, cross-mapping, and getting 2 kills for themselves. Karis maybe trying to clips, and second one comes through. Now, the complete opposite is happening where WE are invading BLG off half-life.
Giga tanking underneath the tower, well on. Dies because his top laner, theoretically, could not come over to him. There are a lot of reasons why On died there.
Really focusing on them, and I feel like this really does favor the high-octane style BLG want to go for, as now Wenbo's getting dove.
You know, speaking of dragons, it's dragon time. If Wenbo's going to get dove like this, you know that the jungler's up towards the top side of the map.
Tank on the side of BLG, no one to really subjugate. I really don't think it has a ton of value, as speaking of 1v1, that is not what we're getting here.
This is, in fact, exactly what BLG did want. The chance to isolate individual members and go for kills that way. On flirting with the idea of recommitting first fight, has Hook available, but as he shows himself, Karis is actually the one that goes in. On gets sniped by the ace in the hole in the background, and it will ultimately be a 1-for-1. Neither WE nor BLG. Is it?
What would On's job be? I mean, yeah, the Secret Service seems like a... It definitely is no secret anymore. He's history.
He's just the one dude they've hired. Even broadcast. We got people good things.
Yeah. Can't miss the memes. As now About.
That's dead. That is a very dead Caitlyn, and the
Caitlyn
now
converging onto this dragon at their own leisure.
From here, Wenbo unfortunately suffering yet another gank. We got to teleport in. This is a numbers disadvantage and a severe one, especially as teleport gets matched. It has been Knight that teleported right into the middle of 3 and then soon 4 people. And WE get not the pick they were looking for, a much better one.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there from Knight, as now more target practice, but this time onto Wenbo.
Karis actually could die for this as well. Took a tower shot. Shun all over him right now. Karis gets the locket from him, and Shun jumps onto Karis, laser focused, now looking at About. On is still here for the backup, but Monkey shows up to fight. On secures the kill, though, with the flash death from below, and goes for another one. Urha surviving this time, and Shun alone underneath the tower has Wenbo here for backup. It is the Fed Monkey batting away at Wenbo, but Wenbo is winning it, finally getting revenge for all that time spent top lane. It is a kill for Wenbo, a kill for Viper, a kill for Shun, and
this is very funny. If Wenbo didn't have that flash, On unironically killed his top laner there, but instead, Shun enters into the fight. A good kick to try and separate the bot lane from the jungle, just keep them split, and we're back to live fighting.
Once again, On loves to flirt with death. The guy is level 8, but I'm watching WE die instead. There we go, there we go. On does his duty once more.
Indeed he does, as Wenbo didn't stop after that tier 1. He's actually still going. Tier 2 under siege. He's going to pick up a couple of plates. They will sacrifice a dragon over to WE for that, but it's their first of the game, and like we said, with the very slow pace, and don't really feel like Soul is much of a win con, as
oh my god, he got
auto! He dashed! Nah, that is actually insane, as now Knight might be in trouble.
Knight, future MVP, flashing away from Monkey, who really seems intent on grabbing him, but again, it will be on with the death from below. He makes sure that the kill is secured. Knight will fall as Karis joins the fight, and it looks like a fight that is going the way of WE. Karis' presence just enough. On starts healing up, though, and BLG will get away, having lost 2 members, Shun and Knight, in favor for Monkey. Wenbo trades that back real quick. BLG won. They could continue this. Karis thinks about coming back to the fight, gets bumped away by Wenbo, and actually is in trouble now. On's chasing him down. It is another trade of 1-for-1 with On trying to get away from Cube. It looks like he'll be able to do it, and it is chaos in the mid lane.
We are still in a position to win these 5v5s. Really, for me, though, the biggest issue comes in the fact that there is no big win condition for it. They're able to hold on to this part of the map. I feel like WE are going to struggle a little bit.
Viper, deathless so far.
Oh!
It's going to be quickly corrected by WE, who isolate him perfectly, forcing out the W and then committing. About gets hooked in. Dragon there. Fortunately, a team with enough damage to burst it down before WE even check it. Second Drake secured by BLG, but now looking for a little bit more. It is quite dangerous. Over the wall goes Monkey, but it's going to be over the wall again. Knight follows him with the help from his friends. On manages to survive, flashing away for now. Karis doing the same thing, may be able to make it away from Wenbo, and On still alive as we get back to the jungle. Has bought enough time for Knight to come in and grab yet another kill. Viper's the one to pick this up, and Shun rockets into the front line. A double kill for Viper, and BLG wipe the floor with WE, completing an ace at 24 minutes.
And a clean ace as
super well right now, and very together in that fight, as we talked about, surgically separating the members of WE.
They were playing Operation.
They were.
Like all of these members, that's like a team bonding activity that BLG probably did before this game, and they didn't hit a single chunk of metal in their attempt to clear out the body. Absolutely expertly done that previous team fight, and now Baron's still in tow as Wenbo's getting aggressed onto.
WE do want to pick another 5v5, or now 4v5 I should say, as Wenbo, as I finish the sentence, does die. However, surprise, surprise, Knight's pushing down mid lane while all this happens. We talked about how BLG were super comfortable with this style of play, letting a 4v4 happen, or 4v5 happen, and then grouping up to make this work. Shun commits over the wall. Death from below gets On right on top of Urha as well, and Urha, certainly dead here, is going to fall 21-14.
Not only do they not have a jungler, they don't have a support. Urha died immediately after that, so it's going to be a free kill, a free couple of kills, as well as...
Game would be a significant blow to...
For sure would be, as Baron still here for BLG for another few seconds at least to push the wave in. They found Monkey again! They found him again!
Very dead. Knight commits over the wall, however, and in jumping onto Urha, actually manages to kill the Caitlyn. This looks really good for BLG, and not just inhibitor good. This could look end of game good for BLG, as first inhibitor going to fall. The Baron has fallen off, but a teleport into the base. BLG want to end this game. Cube's got no ulti. It's just a big rock sitting underneath the tower. Means it's all up to Karis, who now has no shroud, and gets kicked right into the fear from Knight. It is another pick for BLG, and it looks like Quacks. It is going to be another win. On gets a clean hook to complete yet another ace, and it will be 2 games in quick succession going to BLG.